Second. This is a picture from Wyoming. That's all I can tell you. What might it be? Anybody want to? Okay. Mountains? Bears? You're both right. This is the Grand Tetons. That's Mount Moran, which is one of the famous peaks of the Teton Range. Sunrise, the first light is on the Mount Moran, and it's about 30 miles north of my house. It's in the middle of Teton Park, right next to the Oxbow Bend, which is my favorite place in the lower 48 for a lot of reasons. Obviously, the scenery and the amount of wildlife, the biodiversity there is spectacular. You can almost always go to the Oxbow Bend and see coyotes or swans, pelicans, beavers, otters, wolves, black bears. This is a grizzly. We came down the hill and we saw this bear right there on this point of land, hunkered over a cow elk carcass, and she was just dragging it out of the water. So we missed the kill by probably 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know. It was just she was dragging it up, and then she just laid on it, sort of rested and panted. And I thought, oh man, what a but because I had this, obviously they come from this side where they spend the night feeding, and then right at daybreak they go into this deep forest called the Signal Mountain, and they go in the deep forest for protection and just hang out during the day, and then they get in the evening, right after dark, they cross the river again. So they obviously came across there as one of the major paths. I just watched for the tracks, and I could see where there was only 3 or 4 major trails. So anyway, she had, I had this in my, I visualized it. I missed this by 3 or 4 minutes. The elk are all crossing their head up. Would have been magic. She dragged the elk carcass from here up to right at the edge in a couple of hours. It took her about an hour and a half or 2 hours to drag it up there because 600 pounds. She's probably 300 pounds max. A big healthy bear. She pulled it up there and she dug a big hole, and then she covered it all up with grass and big clumps of dirt and sticks, and then she just laid down after she'd eat it every hour or 2, and she would eat, and then she would lay down next to it or on top of it, and these magpies and ravens and bald eagles were coming in and trying to get a piece of her kill, but she was not very sharing mood, and she would swat at the magpie. I mean, the magpie would land 10 feet away, and she'd lunge at the magpie, and the magpies would fly up. They just teased her, and all they wanted was a bite. And we watched, not to bother her, and also not to, piss her off. And she was just cool, and she just put her arm around her carcass, and like it was like they were snuggling, kind of spooning. It was kind of a slightly macabre thing. The elk was laying there with his tongue, and she would just start scratching herself and put her arm around it. And she laid back and she scratched her head and put her legs in the air, and it was like a really incredible scene.